Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby,
On the screen, smoking gasoline. I see them here with SBTV, cause I am the one.
classic.
Black hat, sweater on, gas on.
As adults in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I met them when I was like 22 and I got put into state property. I was a solo artist. I got put into state property. You know what I mean? They were already state property.
Isn't it true y'all met each other the first time at that Hot 97 freestyle?
The worst play I ever played, I don't care where it was. I don't care if it was 100 times. If it was 100 times, he probably cooked me like 99 times, bro. There's no way I could do anything with him, and that was Shaheem Holloway.
I want to play at Pitt. I want to play. I wasn't on that. I wanted to go to Tennessee and play football. You know what I'm saying? And the guy that talked to me about my grades and all that was the football coach. You know, so
Bro, you don't understand. When me and my brother, we started this platform, in the moment, we was doing straight up music, hip hop, and you know, it was buzzing. Benny the Butcher on the platform, you know, fucking
Graf, Rick Hyde,
Graf,
Porter,
38 Special, all of them boys. But you know, sports is really our thing. So when we started jumping into the real, boy, we had to have you, my dude. That's a fact. Feel me, Tone?
back to back Kenny set.
And plus, they don't know. Me and Kenny got a history. My guy right here. Facts. 100%. So, Kenny, we got to jump right into it because, you know, I know they interested. They hyped for this one because, you know, when Shamgar came on, told the story, it almost paint the picture of just, because, you know, when we met, it was like, I wasn't from the mud. You know what I mean? Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? We family, and you know, we down, but I'm dying to even know this story on how it all started. You know what I mean? So let's start from the beginning, Kenny. Where did it all start before the basketball, where Kenny started, you know, discovering himself and just moving around, period?
Shit, that's easy, man. Castle Hill.
Give him a bomb, Tom. Facts. And yo, and Castle Hill got a lot of legends coming from just that area alone. You know what I'm saying? But you,
That's where Kips Bay is, right?
yeah,
of course.
yeah. But Kenny's story and how Kenny got it out the mud is like, because when I found out about Kenny was kind of
Shout out to my boy Choices and Chances.
Well, for starters, whenever we play Kenny, I ain't gonna lie, Kenny crazy. You know what I mean? We from the same era. Kenny was, even when Kenny was playing with like Kiss Bay.
I was about to say Artie Green, right?
Even when we played with Kiss Bay and we would pull up with the Gauchos, like, you know, we had a stack team. We would beat them, but Kenny would get 40. Is this facts, Kenny? Yeah. So, you know, Kenny's thing has always been getting buckets and doing his thing. So you said it started at Castle Hill. So what age would you say that, you know, you jumped off the porch and you was just doing you and being you? Shout out to November 9.
Shit.
When we talking about before they dropped the Kenny set. We talking about when he's still Kenny Satterfield.
Yeah.
Before they dropped the field.
Right. Before, when he was Kenny Satterfield, right?
We start early. We used to start early around here because of the community center. Y'all know that. You know what I mean? You grow up in the projects, whatever. Most of the projects had community centers. Back in those days, they had, like, you know what I mean, things for the kids to do and activities, and the community center was always open. So it was baseball, football, you know, I mean, fucking table, like, you know what I mean, just a bunch of things for you to do. So I got involved in sports at an early age. I probably want to say like about 5, 6, you know what I mean? But then like,
And it was always basketball?
nah, it was baseball, it was football, basketball kind of like around 8. I would say like that's when it was kind of like I still was playing a lot of other sports, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
kind of liked the basketball a little bit more.
Now, at 8 years old, when you picked up the basketball, did you ever envision you was gonna be or go where you went?
I wouldn't say at 8. Um, shit, but one of my best friends and my brother, he could, you know, he could vouch for this. Even my uncle had my great uncle had kind of said this to my kids one day when we was in Ohio. Not at 8, but I believe like before I was 11, about by the time I was 11, like I would say that to people that I was close to, like, you know what I mean, that I knew, you know what I mean. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't be running around here acting like, I mean, y'all know that I wasn't running around here like acting like I was going to lead and nothing like that. But when,
Never. That was
but when
never
people
you.
would ask me that question when I was little, like, you know, everybody was like, oh, what you want to be, whatever, whatever. Like I knew, you know what I mean, and it wasn't like it was some kids that say it, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's a far away thing to do. But as you said, like coming up in Castle Hill with so many legends and so many great people doing different things, I knew I seen a lot of guys get close. You know what I mean? So I knew I would get. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
it was like just keep doing it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, because only reason why I asked that question is because to even make it where you were is like just the
Yeah.
steps to get there is
Now,
not easy. That's what these kids don't
don't get
understand.
don't let's
You know what I'm
not get it
saying?
twisted. Like when I was believing that at that age, like my game wasn't crazy or nothing like that. But I had a true belief in me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know that I get up early in the morning. I know I go shoot. I know I go down to the, like, you know what I mean? I play in Castle Hill. I go down to Kips Bay. I play against older guys. So it's like I could see it. You know what I mean? I'm watching, like,
Shout out to High Five in
I was
the
just about to
building.
say, like
That's a
guys
fact.
like, you know what I mean, like Reggie Freeman. As we get further along, as you say, like to start really visualizing, like I'm watching Reg lead the NCAA in scoring. Like, you know what I mean? So this is a guy like
Yeah,
I know, you know what I mean? Ain't like somebody I just see on TV or I just pass, you know what I mean, by him in New York City. Like I know this guy. Like he knows me. Like I'm in the gym playing against him sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? I grew up fucking rebounding for him. So it's like, you know what I mean? If he got a shot, I know I got a shot.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, so we gonna get up to the Reg Freeman part, but around so you say around at 8 years old you was going outside taking shots and doing all of that,
I mean, that's just
and
like
like
that's what I was trying to say. Like when we were younger, like, you know what I mean? Things were different. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's different for these kids. You know what I'm saying? It was different for you know, kids before, like, you know what I mean, a little older than me, then like, but for me, like in our era, like I was allowed to go outside in front of the building and go play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at an early age by myself. So
right.
it was just different times. Like, you know, the building will watch you. You know what I mean? Your next door neighbor, you know, turn around and tell you like, yo, don't do that, man. I'll whoop your ass, and then go tell your grandmother I whooped your ass. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just different
Facts.
times.
Yeah. Nah, because I'm just like the reason why I had to ask questions like that even is too because you know I'm still trying to like we know you nice. We know you was nice from the beginning, but to get there, because I know a lot of niggas that were like even like a player like even like Jelly Fam, like you know they did pretty much the same steps of killing high school. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to kill college.
You don't like
You you feel me? Like these are the things that you did,
like
Kenny.
that's definitely true. Um, but like when we get that far along, like to talk about like those steps, like you got to be good. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily got to be great in college. You got to figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? If you got a particular skill set and you bring a certain, everybody thought the All American, this and the third, because as people see, like in the league, there's only about maybe 2 or 3 guys that's going to go
Mm-hmm.
shots. You know what I mean? So this guy might be great at, you know, setting screens and rebounding, setting screens and diving. So it go away from all of that. You know what I mean? So sometimes it ain't just about you being dead nice in college. You know what I mean? To get to the league. But you do
Facts.
got to have a good skill set in something.
That's a fact. Yeah, because you know, like I said, we're gonna get there. Okay, so we at maybe 8 to 10 now. So 8 to 10, what you're playing with
Nah,
Kids
I'm
Bay?
playing with Castle Hill.
Castle Hill. See, I only knew of Kips Bay. I never knew of Castle Hill. What was Castle Hill?
Castle Hill Kings.
Castle Hill Kings. Who's on that team with you?
Shit, we had it was different teams. Like we had older teams. I had guys like Rockin' Ray went to LIU. My man Ike C, he ended up going to like Sullivan. I'm pretty sure y'all remember Lamar Fields, Jamal Fields.
Of course.
We had a lot of dudes around here, like, not to forget nobody. Had older dudes like Brian Reese, you know what I'm saying? Like it just
went to North Carolina.
Yeah. I play with a lot of guys. Frankie Yayo, my man Sin, my man Smacks, Reg.
All niggas from over there?
See Nick played with us.
Yeah, see Nick, of course.
Nick, yeah.
Of course.
Shout out to C Nick.
C Nick, that's my brother. C Nick ain't played with us when we was that young. You know what I mean? Well, at this point that you talking about, C Nick came around when we was young, but at 8, 10 and all that, it was just really community center kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like God community center. Right. See, Nick was going down to Kips Bay at first.
Yes. Yes. So okay, so you playing with I guess that's like the neighborhood team.
Playing with I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them dudes could play. Like Smacks was really good, Reg was good, Yayo was good. Shit, like a lot of dudes could play. My man Reese could play. A lot of dudes was good, but then just at that time too, as we at that age, everybody could play. Like everybody could play. As we get to about like 13, 14, that same group we still playing, but then like you know how it go. Like the streets get a hold of some people, you know what I mean? And people just ain't playing as much as they used to play. That's all.
Okay, so this team, you said the Castle Hill Kings. All right. Was Artie Green involved in there? Because I know you from running around. Like when I first met you, that's what I'm saying. When does this lead up to? Because now you playing with, what was the coach you was playing with then?
We was playing with Coach Drew. He also go by Ali, rest in peace. And
so you got to say that's the guy who found you.
Nah, like to be honest, like not no funny shit. Like nobody found me. I was there. Like I told you, like go to the community center. We all playing. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like somebody picked me out the bunch. Like, you know what I mean? Like I climbed my way out the bunch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I separated myself from a lot of dudes. You know what I mean? Just by what I was doing.
What did you do to separate yourself?
Good question, Tone.
For all those that need to know, I got a group of niggas playing ball and they want to separate themselves. What did you do?
Good question.
I ain't have nobody around. Like I didn't have somebody to take me to the gym and work me out and things like that, or go fuck with a trainer. Artie Green was one of my coaches, as y'all know. Artie was good for me. I had coaches from around, like when I started with, like I said, Coach Ali, Drew, Mark King, Grego. Like it was just a bunch of coaches I had just from my neighborhood that they knew the game. You know what I mean? They wasn't gonna let you fuck up.
Yeah.
Wasn't gonna let you play around. Wasn't gonna be doing all that dumb shit. So that's one thing I took as a kid early, like how serious, like, you know what I mean, you had to be. If you wanted to be good, you had to be serious. The thing I did though, personally, I just was honest with myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like when my shit wasn't a certain way, I knew I had to fix it. Like at one point, I was young, I wasn't making free throws. You know what I mean? So I knew I had to fix it. So I just would, like Coach Dave told me, take the ball, go in your crib, lay in the bed, like, you know, see yourself shooting free throws and at night in your bed, let the ball rotate, just see the rotation on the ball. It'll make the shot easier, blah, blah, blah. Like, I went home and I did it, and I kept doing it every night. every night. And then I go outside and I'll be shooting the ball the same way and it's going in. So you know what I mean? Honest with myself, and I like anybody that's like that really that's watching right now that know me, grew up with me. Like I really put the work in. Like I didn't have like nobody had to tell me to go do this or told me to go make this many shots. Or like I knew what the fuck I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do. Like I seen somebody else do it. I knew like why they were successful. So I just knew what the fuck to do.
Yeah. That answers your question, Tone.
Yeah, just for all those kids who parents gotta wake you up to go to practice and don't go to practice because your parents don't take you, you're not gonna make it.
It's a fact.
All those that you go to sleep, you thinking about girls. This nigga was sleeping with the basketball.
Listen,
all right.
To even to
all right. So now,
like it's different times, man. Like even to our era, man. It's probably guys that did the same shit you saying not to do and made it. You know what I mean? So it's you just got to be true to yourself, bro. Like some guys are just naturally talented and might be 7 feet tall, and I can take 2-3 days off because ain't too many guys like me. Like it's 10 million guys like me. You know what I mean? I'm 6'2", maybe 6'3", like everybody's like me. You know what I mean? How do I separate myself? It was the work.
I answer it for you, Tone. Because I mean, you can't really explain it no better. You got to believe in yourself and you got to put the work in. Okay, so now you're around.
Nah, Kenny, I'm not gonna front. When I used to show up to the games, I wasn't no baller, but I was on the teams. I wasn't no starter, but I was on the teams, and you could tell like the niggas who would show up to the game, like you look at them and be like, yo, you like rap, but you playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like you like something else, but you just playing basketball. Then there's that group of kids that they walk in like a baller, they look like a baller, and you always had that baller look. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like yeah, that a bomb, Tone. 100%. Yeah. Okay, so now you're about 10, 11, going on 12. So you're moving on. Now, at this time, do you want to play in the NBA? Because you said at 8 you didn't envision it. At this time, you said you go home, practice the free throws. So now you're in bed, you practicing the shot. Are you saying to yourself, I'm trying to get to Rice. I'm trying to get to Cincinnati.
To make sure I say things the right way, and if kids or parents gonna show their kids this, to make sure like I'm saying it the right way. I thought like that early, right? But let's not get it twisted. That's not something I thought about every day. Like I didn't wake up every day like thinking I'm going to the NBA. I got to go to the NBA. I got to go to the NBA. I took my shit like step by steps. So like as you talk, from 12. At 12, I knew I had to separate myself from some of my guys in the neighborhood. Like it was talks in the neighborhood. Who's better, me and my man Yayo, Kenny or Smacks, a lot. So I knew before we talking NBA, how are we talking NBA if I ain't better than the guys over here? You know what I mean?
Give him a bomb, so yeah, it's about to get heated now. Let's get to it, Kenny. Let's get to it. Yeah.
So I took steps like that. So like
shout out, your son is in the building. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah. What up?
And give him a bomb too. My boy's son. Now let me tell you about his son before we get crazy. Kenny brought his son up to run with the Jadakiss team when he was a baby, 11, 12 years old. Saw him once or twice from there. Now he's not in that picture, but Kenny brought him up to play up in Greenberg. Tom, you said everything happens in Greenberg. His son came up to Greenberg and played, killed, had about 20-something points. But I seen him here and there on the gram, but I remember when he was a baby, when Kenny had him up there. Got to give him a bomb. Boy made it to UAB. I feel like UAB stole him, but give him a bomb, Tone. He's at UAB. And Kenny, I got to say, you're a good dad, my boy. Your kids is all in college. They're going to get that degree. That's a good thing, my dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He finished his last year. He's a senior this year at the Patrick School.
That's crazy. That's the school you were just talking about. So his son go to the school you was asking what school Kyrie Irving and yeah, that's a fact. You're talking about that.
That was
100%.
the one that was online right now on live. That's my youngest son, Chris. He in 9th grade.
Oh, that's the baby.
Yep.
That's right. He
He
balls
just got.
too?
He just really getting into it. He about to hoop now as a freshman.
That's a fact. Respect to him too. Yeah. Okay. So now, 12 years old.
So
Said
what
from
we were
there.
saying, right? What you were saying that every day, like about the NBA. Nah, I took it as steps. Like I wanted to be a certain type of player first. Like I was kind of tall when we was young, so I kind of played like forward. So I dribbled the ball, but I didn't dribble the ball a lot. So I knew like.
Hey, Coach Jules in the building.
Back, shout out to Jules.
Coach Julius.
Yeah, I know. It's my man. We went to Longburg together. That's my son, Jules.
Oh, that's not the son. That's the father.
That's Jules. That's the son. That's my son.
Oh,
yeah.
Now the son's my man. I thought it was the pop.
Yeah.
You
But
think
go
he's
ahead.
pops because he got Coach Jules under there? Nah.
Yeah, no, that's Jules, man. Shout out to Jules, son. Facts. But go ahead, let's get it.
Jules. He's doing his thing too at Steve-O too, B.
100%. Good dude.
So shit, what were we saying? So like I just knew I needed to get better at certain things. So I was kind of like a forward when I was like around 8, like, you know what I mean, 10. Then as I got like 12, whatever, I knew like I got to be kind of like a guard. So it was kind of just working on my game to getting better at shooting jump shots and stuff like that. Got to about like, I think it was like 10 or 11 is when I started getting with Artie Green. One of
Give it a bomb, Tone. Eating up now.
Artie Green is like the Bronx Coach Thompson.
Yeah.
Artie Green is like the Bronx Coach Thompson. When everybody's career, Artie Green had you for a year.
His name that came up like 3 times so far.
Him and Coach Thompson is like
him, Thompson, and Durham got the most names came up so far. Get him a bomb. Let's go.
So one of the coaches from Castle Hill, my man Grego, he told me and my man Yayo to go down to Kibbs Bay to go play with Artie and them in a tournament. So we went down to Kibbs Bay, and then from there, like, I just started playing with Kibbs Bay too. So whenever Castle Hill wasn't playing or nothing, I go play with Artie.
Got you. So you would say 12 years old is when like all the drills started, like really, because now we're like 2 years away from what, Riverside?
You talking about like the drills as far as like what, like basketball drills?
Yeah, like basketball drills, the fundamentals. I know you start those at 8 and 10 years old, but as you getting older, you really start working on it to get to the real next. As a kid, you just running through it. You know what I'm saying?
I like I told you, I was a little different. I was doing that shit every day though. Like I would figure out like if it was hot, I'm outside early in the morning, like every day, like early in the morning before it get too hot, and I go do like something. I go get my shots up. I go do like pretty much the fundamentals. I'll work on my left hand shit if my shit was weak, and I just be out there. And then like as you a kid, you out in the park. I'm out there by myself. As time go on, now it's about 11. Like I get out there super early though. You can ask my man Easy Al, my big.
Facts, Dre.
I get out there about like 6 in the morning. You hear me? About like 9, 10 dudes are starting to come outside. Now dudes are starting to run fulls and all of that. I'm working on all that shit I was just doing from 6 to 10. And I'm like, all right, this is working, this ain't working, this is working, this ain't working. So the next morning, I start doing more of the shit that wasn't working. So I always was doing that, just like, and Dre will tell you that too, since I was a kid, bro. That's all I knew. Like, I'm playing ball, bro. I'm playing ball before I do.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad you answered that question, because me and my man got into a debate, because I was telling him, I was like, no, the first time I played against Kenny, it was Kibbs Bay. Kibbs Bay was like that was like, when I thought of Kenny, it was like Kibbs Bay. I ain't gonna lie, my nigga.
A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Yeah, it was Kibbs Bay.
You gotta be from this area right here to know that it was Castle Hill. You know what I mean? You didn't really play until I went to the Bay, and the Bay would take me to these other tournaments. And Hill, I would just play against other projects. I would play against Bronx River, Monroe, like shit like that. So I wasn't really playing against all the ball players.
Facts. Remember y'all used to come up to New Rochelle? Lincoln Park,
Saints.
right?
Saints.
That's a fact. That's the first time I seen you play. I ain't gonna lie. From there, I was like, yo, who's this nigga? Kind of different. Because you was doing, at that age, you was really playing defense. Niggas wasn't playing D like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. That's the first time I met you, Lincoln Park. And I ain't gonna front. Y'all used to come up there, and you know that was the hood up there.
Come up there and smack niggas.
All day. Word of mother. Y'all did. And then as y'all got older, y'all got a little bit more stacked as y'all got 14. And that's when y'all brought Dre to the table. Andre Barry. Who else y'all had with y'all up there?
Dre was
in that
there
tournament.
Before me. Dre was
I know.
I know. When I got down to the Bay, it was kind of like Artie Green was kind of funny. It was kind of like he had a stacked team, and it was like, yo, I get these two, add them to what we got, we could beat Riverside and Gauchos every time now. Like now I got a neighborhood team that got guys that can play with Riverside and Gauchos. So it was me, Dre, B Stores, L Train,
Yes.
C Nick, my man Ray, Harry, Deshaun. Damn, Jules used to play with us.
Jules, yes.
ICB used to play with us sometime. Fuck, I'm missing a couple of names though. I don't want to leave nobody out. But we had a crazy crew though, like a crazy crew.
Yeah. Now y'all did. Y'all was tough. Y'all used to come to a show. Yeah, every year, because we was the Greenberg team. We was like, yo, because we could beat like Lincoln Park team. Because I ain't gonna lie, New Rochelle teams was garbage when we used to play them. We used to blow them out every team. Shout out to New Rochelle, but it was a fact at that time. That age, like that, when we was playing, they wasn't that good. Mount Vernon was tough, but the team up there was Kips Bay. Y'all was like the niggas to beat up there.
I never knew why we would go up there. I'm like, what's the connection? Why the fuck are we going up there? Like, why are we going to New Rochelle? Like I didn't know who already knew up there, why he was bringing us up there. And then
no, Kenny. It was a good tournament.
We always was running late. Like, you should have seen them. Like,
shout out to B Stores in the building. You talked them up.
Tell you, man.
Yeah, B Stores in the building. It's lit here tonight. And Lorenzo. It's going down tonight. Yeah, so, okay. So, they used to come up to New Rochelle, 12 years old. You running around with Kips Bay. So, after the Kips Bay movement, why didn't you stay with Kips Bay?
I did.
Like, what? So you played with them all the way through the high school?
Like, you got to understand, when I didn't play with Kips Bay is when I played with Riverside. When Andre didn't play with Kips Bay, that's when he played. Like, Gauchos would go to the tournaments that we didn't go to. You know what I mean?
Oh, there go KJ. That's the one that
He's
UAB.
Going to UAB. He's going
to UAB. I keep saying that. Because it's like, yo, he thought he's going to be a senior. He's like the dude we had on here. What's his name? The kid that's going to Wisconsin. Gus Bus. Yeah, it's unbelievable that they only juniors. You know what I mean? But real fact. That's crazy. So, yeah, so you knowing that y'all play with Kips Bay and a little bit of Riverside.
All right, so I went to Riverside. Jamal Fields and Lamar Fields was playing with Riverside, and they was from Castle Hill. And they a little older than me. I used to play with them all the time. Their mom took me to Riverside. I'm thinking I'm about to play on the team with Jay Fields. And they put me on the younger team with Kev Bell and them. So I had played with Kev and them when I was like 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say more like 11, 12. And then I stopped playing with them. I just totally stopped playing with them. Like I didn't want to go down there no more. It was a wrap. And then I went back to Riverside because of Kev Bell. My freshman year in high school, Kev.
Give him a bump, son. Yo, that's the famous picture on Google.
What?
You and Kev Bell standing there with the trophy.
That's all Kev. Kev asked me.
Even when you type in Riverside Church, that picture comes up.
Because he asked me to walk with him to Riverside from Rice. And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not walking to Riverside, bro. That shit mad far. So he like, nah, it's not mad far. It's like, it's just pretty much like, you know what I mean? We just gonna keep walking west. So I'm like, yo, Kev, I'm not doing that, bro. That shit too far. So he talked me into doing it. I was like, yo, damn, this shit wasn't that far. So he was like, yo, Sat, like I told you. So we actually jumped on a bus and rode across, but it wasn't that far. And I was like, yo, Kev, you won't believe if I told you how I was getting to Riverside as a kid. Excuse me. And he was like, how you got down here? I said, yo, I took the 6 train all the way to 42nd Street, took the shuttle to the 1 and came all the way back uptown. So that shit would take me like 2 hours, bro, especially on the weekend, everything running like, you know what I mean, local.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not playing with them no more, bro. Like, I'm going down to this fucking practice on a Saturday or Sunday, taking 2 hours, 4 hours to just get to practice and get home. I could just be playing ball in the hood.
That's a fact. You got a question up there,
Who
Kenny?
that?
Yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. Y'all can hit the question button if you got any questions for Kenny.
What made you stand out? The people around me. The people around me. The people I seen.
Good question. That's a fact. Yeah, so yeah, hit the question button if you have any questions for Kenny. We just getting started. We getting warmed up. All right, so Kev Bell took you down to Riverside?
Facts.
Yo, that's my guy right there, though. Kev's a good dude.
How I was getting to Riverside as a kid. Excuse me. And he was like, how you got down here? I said, yo, I took the 6 train all the way to 42nd Street, took the shuttle to the 1 and came all the way back uptown. So that shit would take me like 2 hours, bro, especially on the weekend, everything running like, you know what I mean, local.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not playing with them no more, bro. Like, I'm going down to this fucking practice on a Saturday or Sunday, taking 2 hours, 4 hours to just get to practice and get home. I could just be playing ball in the hood.
That's a fact. You got a question up there,
Who
Kenny?
that?
Yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. Y'all can hit the question button if you got any questions for Kenny.
What made you stand out? The people around me. The people around me. The people I seen.
Good question. That's a fact. Yeah, so yeah, hit the question button if you have any questions for Kenny. We just getting started. We getting warmed up. All right, so Kev Bell took you down to Riverside?
Facts.
Yo, that's my guy right there, though. Kev's a good dude. That's a fact. I can see you fucking with Kev. I can see you fucking with Kev. That was your dude in race?
Kev was my, it's crazy how everything is, like how the Kibbs Bay was, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember back in the day, Kibbs Bay used to have the invitational tournament. Kev would come either play with Riverside or Douglas. You know what I'm saying? So I knew Kev since like 10 years old. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. You got another question down there. They coming in, Kenny. They coming in.
God, that's my man, too. He's funny on that one.
Shout him out.
Rice. Basketball moment-wise is the winning. But I would say even more before the winning. I just the practice, bro. Every day, like what we did every day in practice, how hard practice was. How much better practice made me, you know what I mean? And the guys that I was practicing against, like with me, and trying to go at these dudes and these dudes trying to go back at me, like that shit just was making all of us better.
See, this is crazy. They love you so much now that these questions in there. You got like 10 questions in there. All right, I'm going to let you answer this last one, then we're going to move on with the interview because where they're going is like, before we even get there. But this is a good question. This is the only reason why I'm going to put this up. There you go.
Oh, shit.
That's a great question.
Like, see, that's, like, now they say offered and stuff. So you mean, like what schools I had the opportunity to go to?
Yeah.
Shit, to be honest, all of them. Like, all of them. Like,
yeah, all of them. I mean, when you're a Mickey D, come
facts,
on.
like
the Mickey D, number 2 with French fries.
I just want to know why people from New York don't go to Fordham, man. I will always ask this.
Son. Come on, that don't even make no sense, son.
At that time, they could have took the best of New York with the Fordham and won it all.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Every year they could do that.
Yeah, but come on.
You got to understand too. Like at that time, any real inner city kid, like if he got an opportunity to go to like a big school,
Oh yeah,
but not even that. If you got an opportunity to go to a big school and play, and that school is winning, and then you talking about at that time with Fordham wasn't winning. Like, so a lot goes into that, bro. You know what I mean? A lot goes into that. And no disrespect. My man Bev was.
Yeah, no disrespect to Fordham.
I just like, yo, do Fordham even try to get them? Like, does Fordham say, hey, we're right here. You can come right around the corner.
Yeah, they be sending letters, but
I was going up to Fordham.
They said, did he say Fordham?
I know, I'm just like, St. John's getting them, no?
I was going up there as a sophomore. I was going up there all the time as a sophomore because Bev, another big bro, was at Fordham and is only up the street from me on the 22 bus. So I would go up there and be playing with them and open gym with them all the time and just hanging out with him on campus. So by the time I came a senior, like, that shit wasn't really an option for me. Like, been here for 4 years with Bev. Like, you know what I
mean? Yeah, facts.
Let's see something.
They killing Fordham. They killing Fordham.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, so
Fordham good.
Y'all got to. The questions that's in here, we're gonna get to that. Let's move on with the interview. Okay, let's
give you the quick the schools that I like when I really started looking at the schools. It was UConn. It was Pittsburgh. I had Clemson. I had NC State. I had Cincy.
I'm just seeing every jersey with his
name
on it.
Texas. It was North Carolina at one point and Kentucky at one point. But a lot of them schools wanted me to play. They wanted me to play off the ball because they always seen me playing like pretty much everybody I played with looked like I was a 2 guard or some shit. And I had a conversation. Like my uncle had a conversation with me about playing on them next levels and stuff. And he just told me how tall I was. And he just compared my height to most of the guys that was like in the NBA. So he was like, yo, you need to be playing. Like if you go to college, you need to play point guard. I don't know why everybody think he said, I don't know why everybody think you can't play point guard. And it goes back to what you said when we first started. Because everybody always see me just scoring. So they never really seen like nobody was looking at me when I passed the ball. You know what I mean? So I ended up breaking down my list with a couple of schools because they didn't want me to play point guard. They wanted me just to score. But I wanted to go to college. I wanted to play the point. So that's when I just like, you know what? I ain't fucking with them. I'll fuck with them because they're going to let me play the point and we'll figure it out from there. So that.
And I got to tell you, you made a good decision because I can't lie. Y'all was like the new version of like the Fab Five. The alley-oops. Right? So they were stupid.
The all-black jersey.
Yeah.
Black uniform.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I see Kenny in the picture. Nigga had the foams on. Come on, son. We talking
I'm going to keep it real.
2000 with the foams on.
I'm going to keep it real.
Come on.
I'm going to keep it real.
They don't recognize that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it real. Ever since, like, the Fab Five, and maybe a year or two before that, there's always, like, even with college football, there's always one team that do it for hip-hop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That was Cincinnati that year.
That year, Cincinnati.
That was the hood team.
That was the team that did it for hip-hop.
Come on, son. Them niggas was throwing alley-oops. Crazy. They had DeMar Johnson. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Come on. They got to stop this. That's why he's doing the questions. We're going to do the questions at the end. Kenny, you got 15 questions in here, bro. I can't do that. Because we did the same thing with the other day. With what's his name? Rasul. And we couldn't get through the interview. 5 hours. We're not doing that. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, so basically, Kenny. So
Reem Reed in the building.
Shout out to Reem, 100%. Yeah, and we're gonna get to that too, because the Rucker, like, woo, you was in that era. Y'all niggas was like that was like NBA. That was the NBA, son. That was better than the NBA, Tone. Out there, the Rucker them years.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about them years. 94 to like 2007. Ugly. But we're going to get there. All right, so Kev Bell. Fucking Kev Bell. Shout out to Kareem Reed in the building. That's a fact. Yeah, Kev Bell. So he brought you down to Riverside. So when you went to Riverside, what was their reaction at first? Because trust me, they never wanted to let you go. They claim you. If you go to their shit, the greatest Riverside players ever. You are on that poster, bro. They claim you. I'm telling you, bro.
Look, I get it, and I understand too, and I respect it though, because I did play with them. You know what I mean? And we won a lot of tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So
I always say, not to cut you off, I always say, who'd you play with in CYP?
Yeah, that's a good question. Up in Port Chester, New York, in the little
think
gym.
It was Riverside.
I think you played with Frenzy. You played Riverside?
I think the 1 year I played with Riverside, but my last year I ain't played with Riverside. That last year.
You played with Frenzy,
they got
right?
Artie Green right there.
Shout out to Art Green. Give him a bomb. Art, what's good, my boy? Yes. It's lit in here tonight. Shout out to the GOAT. Yeah, so that, because like I said, they claim you, Kenny, because, okay, that Riverside team, I know. We talking, and when I say these names, you're going to start going crazy. We talking Dana. We talking Daree. Daree was the only big man that was doing the drop step. Remember the drop step? He did that play like every move. The drop step with the spin on the arm, with the layup, that was his signature move. Daree, Dana, Courtney Fields. Courtney Fields.
See, look, the team.
That's an ugly team.
Like, they didn't let us play a lot with them. Because Daree and them was 1 year ahead of us. Daree, Dana, Brownski, those
Brownski. Nigga said Brownski, son.
Those dudes was they was 1 year ahead of us. So our team was our team changed though. When we were young, it was me, Kev, Courtney.
Oh, Little Danny. Little Danny.
It was me.
Little Danny with the left hand. That's right. That's the crew. 100%. Little Danny was like, he was supposed to be the next Kenny Anderson.
He was looking like,
keep it real. Little Danny was real.
Look like one of them niggas from another back ridge.
Danny was tough. I was on Gauchos. Me, Majestic, C. Nick, we used to play against them. Little Danny was tough.
We my man Tave
and Hector
was down. Cal, my man Cal Brown from Douglas. Dion and y'all went to Hayes. Who else, man? Majestic Matt was playing with us at that.
Dion.
Like we had a.
Nah, Majestic was with us. He did go to y'all. He did go to y'all. That's right. That's when we went downhill because look,
the power switch.
Yes, and then everybody left.
That's when.
He's right. I forgot about that.
That was before we got into high school. He was over. He was
Correct.
over there before I got into high school. He was playing. And then I had left. That might have been like around 12 or something like that, 13. Then I had I remember I was talking about the train shit. I'm like, no, I'm good.
So where did you go from there?
No, Mill Bay.
Oh, so you stayed with the Bay. Okay, now that explains what I was telling my man the other day. I was trying to tell him that's why. So you figure those 2 years you didn't fuck with the church. You went back to the church when they was running around with the Nike money, probably like 9th grade, 8th grade year.
My 9th grade year. My ninth
Got you. Give him a bomb, Tone. I was trying to figure that out.
We went.
Okay, so now.
And I stayed with them my 9th grade year until my junior year, like that last summer. That's when I stopped playing with them.
Got you. Yeah, because I was trying to figure that out because I remember the last time I seen you with Riverside. Shout out to Hector. Hector, tell you if I'm lying right here because Hector was there. We was on the same team. The last time I seen you, remember Spanish Hector?
Come on,
of course.
Heck was when.
Come on, son. You know that's a fact. No. I gotta say, when Majestic went to Riverside, Hector was holding us down. I ain't gonna lie. He was the off guard that we was using. That's 100% at that age. Keep it real.
Heck went crazy that round boy year.
He went crazy. He went crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
They gave Heck like damn near every award. I remember that shit. Like every damn award.
Yo, bro. Hector got it. Hector tell you. Hector was with Gaucho's with me. He came with me, my nigga. That's a fact. Heck can tell you if I'm lying. Me and Heck, we came together.
Heck came to Rice.
That's a fact. What you said? I know he went to Rice. Yeah, Heck went to Rice. Heck was tough, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, son.
Crossover crazy.
They're crazy. He can score and all that. Yeah, okay, so now, when you was, those years, when you was playing with the Bay, was you just playing like local tournaments and stuff like that?
Pretty much. He would take us out of town, but we'd probably go like to another Kibbs Bay, like in PA or some shit like that. Delaware.
Yeah.
We ain't go nowhere too far, nothing crazy.
Okay, so how did you choose Rice? Not stop. Okay, because everybody knew this. Everybody from Gauchos went to St. Ray's fucking with Gary D. Everybody from Rice was fucking with Leutsch. Let's keep it real. That's the way it was. So now, when you wasn't fucking with Riverside in them years, how did you say I'm gonna go to Rice, knowing that in your mind I'm not fucking with Riverside?
Like it wasn't to clear that up too. It wasn't like I wasn't fucking with Riverside. I just wasn't going. I wasn't getting on that train, bro. Like.
Got you. Give him a bomb, Tone. He said it wasn't that I wasn't fucking with Riverside. I just didn't want to get on that train. That's a fact.
I was wasting too much time getting to practice when I could just be playing on my block. So it was like, I'm not getting on that train. Like, fuck that. I'm getting on the train to go to practice. I could practice right here. So
that's a fact. That's a fact, Hector. Yeah, so
what you were saying about like going back to Riverside? Huh?
He said, Kareem say St. Ray's a little louder.
That's where we at with it.
Just for everybody, what year are we talking about?
Well, right now we got to be
99.
No, this is 90. This is like 92, 93.
No, I'm talking about what year did you graduate from high school?
I think 99, 98, right?
I graduated in 99.
You said 9? Yeah, 98, 99.
98, 99.
That's a fact. Yeah, so the years that we at right now, we talking 93. So he's in 8th grade right now.
8th grade, so I'm sure y'all remember the student sponsorship shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
We in Kibbs Bay. One of the coaches from Kibbs Bay gave me the paper. He told me to fill it out. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. One of the schools I was going to Salesian. I was going to go to Salesian because Artie Green used to take us up there every fall. Take us a middle school tournament. So Coach Collins used to always give like a couple of the guys from the Bay scholarships. Like Lamont went there, B. Stores went there. I was supposed to go there with them.
Remember Lamont? Of course. He played for the Trolls too. Yeah, Lamont, of course. Lamont had bounce.
So
that's a fact.
I was gonna go there, and then after a while, I was like, you know what? I filled out the student sponsorship shit. I was going to Steve-O, bro. Artie Green had me going up to Steve-O. He had me going up to Stevenson working. Yep. He had me.
You was gonna go there?
He had me working out in Stevenson every day after school. I go up there and go play with them because my junior high school was right across the street. So I go work out, get some shots up with them or whatever. Think Coach Page was his name. So then I fill out the student sponsorship shit. I don't even put Rice on there or whatever. My man Jay Fields called me one day, was like, yo, Gary DeCesar wants you to come up to the school. He want to meet you or whatever. So I go up to the school. He like, yo, you know, come back for pretty much like a visit. Like I go like a shadow day. So I go around the whole with Jay Fields the whole day, hanging out with the team, boom, boom. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to St. Ray's, like, you know what I'm saying? And it was a big thing
Yeah.
because at that time when I'm like in middle school, Jamal Fields' older brother, Lamar Fields, he went to Rice. And he was playing in Rice with Felipe Lopez. So I'm like, I go to his crib and he got all this Rice shit.
Gotta get Felipe
And
on here
he
too.
just coming back from like Hawaii and shit like this. I'm like, yo, hold up. Y'all go where? For basketball? I'm like, and then his brother be like, nah, don't fuck with Rice, man. Like, go to St. Ray's. We just came back from over here. So it was like a brother went to Duke and a brother went to Rice. And they both, like, a brother went to Duke and one went to North Carolina. And they both telling me that this is the best place to go to. So what I did, so I'm saying, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the one the closest to me. I'm gonna go to St. Ray's. So I thought I was going to St. Ray's. Make this a little shorter. We went to Riverbank. And in the tournament in Riverbank, Mo Hicks used to work at Riverbank. I was in 8th grade. I was playing up. I was
Right.
All them dudes Rice already. So we played the game. I think we playing against the Panthers, I think. I think Gary Charles was coaching or whatever. So we played the game. I had a really, really fucking good game. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was going crazy. So when the shit was over, you know how you coming out the locker room from Riverbank, you know how the fucking vending machine right there, and then you Mo hit.
Yeah,
Mo was
facts.
standing right by the motherfucking vending machine. So when I came out, he like, yo, who's that? And Bev was standing right there. Bev, like, that's my little brother. Like, wow. He like, yo, what grade he in? He like, cause niggas in the stands keep screaming he in 8th grade and shit. La, la, la. I know he in 8th grade. Bev was like, nah, he in 8th grade. He go to school with my little brother. Come to Rice. He's like, fuck that. He got to come to Rice. Where you going? So I told him, I said, I'm going to St. So one of the coaches that gave me the fucking paper for St. like, you know, to fill out the scholarship shit, he called me he called me in Kibbs Bay one day and was like, yo, I got good and bad news for you. So I'm like, what? He like, yo, you got the sponsorship. You know what I mean? You got the sponsor, but it's not for St. Raymond's. It's for Rice. So I'm like, I like, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? It's better than me going to Steve-O. Like, my grandmother really wasn't with me going to Steve-O. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I go tell my grandmother, la. They sent us all the paperwork. We fill out all the paperwork. Boom, boom. I graduate 8th grade. That summer, they had me go to summer school at Rice. So all 8th grade, I'm pissed. I just graduated 8th grade. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to be chilling all summer. I'm in summer school every day. Summer school over. School starts. This how the story get crazy, right? School starts. So I come home the first day of school. I'm chilling. I go up to the center, the community center where I told you I grew up playing at. I see Nick. See Nick like, yo, bro, why are you not in school? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, they calling your name in my classes, bro. Like, why are you not in school? I'm like, yo, nah, get the here. Like, they ain't calling my name. Like, I ain't get no papers from St. Raymond saying nothing. I get to my house. Yeah. My grandmother tells me that the coach from St. Raymond's called a couple of times asking why I didn't show up to school. So I'm like, what? So he calls back, and my grandmother, like, they had a long conversation. She told him, look, we sorry that happened, but he went to summer school all summer in Rice. I don't know how this sponsorship shit work. I don't want him to lose, like, blah, blah, blah. He just going to keep going to Rice. And that's how I stayed in Rice.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think, because me listening to the story, it seems like you was led to Rice.
Yeah. I didn't.
You feel me?
Look, I didn't.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Look, that's why I tell the story the way I tell it, because it wasn't.
That's crazy, Kenny. Mo Hicks pulled one right there. He pulled a favor right there.
Big time favor, because you probably remember the dude, man. Was Coach Herm? Remember Herm?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, but that's.
He went.
Yeah, I probably do. But
Rice, and he went to Rice with Mo Hicks.
Wow, son, they lined that up. They lined that up. I mean, it still took you where you needed to go, but you know, it was still lined up. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And I know no one ever heard that story before. Give him a bomb, Tone. We taking that one and running with that. That's a goodie. That's a fact. Yeah, okay, so now you in Rice. How was it when you first walked into school, Rice, with the, you know, because at that time, what they have, Felipe there, he's a senior, right?
Nah,
Oh, he's gone. Nah, Felipe's gone. So who's in Rice? Like, what's the, you know, the older guys there?
The culture.
You know, yeah, what's the culture like in Rice? Because I know the school's probably, but, you know, a hallway big. You know what I'm saying?
Bevon Robin, Tariq Kersey, Chutney Gray. Those was the guys. Those was the.
That's what. Yeah.
You said
Those
Chud.
was the seniors that year. Those are the guys that led the team that year.
That's crazy. Okay, so when you first walked in there, now you going to school, of course. You went to summer school. Now did you play freshman, JV? Did you play varsity right away? How did that work
freshman.
out?
I played freshman.
Oh, you was killing.
Freshman.
You was killing the freshman. You was killing the freshman. Yeah, because my man told me, he said, Shay, the next year, so what was that summer like from playing freshman to come into 10th grade year? Because the 10th grade year is where they said you turned up on the varsity level instantly.
Nothing, like, it'd be hard to say shit because you know how you say, like, people say it, like, yo, they could be fronting la center third. But I'm going to just say, keep it a buck. Nothing changed for me, bro. And the reason why
it was the same game.
The reason why nothing changed for me, it goes back to, like, from where we started. I told you how I grew up. I grew up a bunch of older guys that was playing ball, and I always was playing against them. So
right.
I always played up, like, you know what I mean? I always played with the older guys, and it wasn't like I just would be on teams. I would fucking lead the team. So me going to varsity, it wasn't like, oh shit, I'm playing with the big boys now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, this is like, I felt like this is regular shit for me. But it took a minute though. It took an adjustment though. Don't get it twisted though. Like, it wasn't instant Kenny sat like I had a fucking horrible first game, and Mo sat me like the next 6 to 8 games. That shit woke me the fuck up.
You mean the 10th grade year?
My 10th grade year. Like, I had a horrible game, and like Mo woke me up. It was like I'm not as good as I think. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not as good as I think. So like, shit could have went left. Like, cause I started questioning myself a little bit, and then that's what started fucking with me. And then when I got back.
C Nick is in the building.
Yeah, I just said that nigga the invite. Shout out to C Nick. Just talking about you, C Nick.
When I
Facts.
got back into my mindset of like being me and like, yo, fuck it. Like, just do what you do. If they don't like it, they don't like it. And when I got back into that, like, it was, I'm back playing, I'm back on the court, like, and that was it.
That's a fact. Damn, so niggas say Mo Hicks sat him down for. Now, at any time when you was at Rice, did you ever feel like y'all should have went the same race?
What, like, because I had moments in Rice where like I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Rasul in the building.
I had those moments like I'm ready to get out of here, but I never.
What'd you say?
I had moments when I'm like, all right, fuck Rice, like I'm ready to get out of here. But I never had moments like, yo, I should have went the same race. Like, once you get into Rice, bro, like you right. You know what I mean?
There's no looking back. You can never go to St. Ravis.
You Rice, and it goes a lot into that shit. But nah, I never got caught in that. I did have.
Yeah, cause you.
Yeah.
No, because your years in that fucking level of basketball and them high school was like, it's like the Big East. We talking Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
We talking in that conference. We talking Eric Barkley, because Ant Glover was with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Ron. How was those battles, Kenny? let's get into the battles.
Imagine if you would have the same raise with C Nick and them niggas.
Yeah, no.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy. But let's talk about the battles, man. Let's talk about the
Nick
battles.
Was coming to Rice, man. Ask Nick that question, how he felt about the question you asked.
Yo,
oh, imagine if C Nick would have went to the Rice.
I know.
Facts.
And you know what? He probably would have been better off because they was running a more up and down game. Because you know the big names want you to rebound.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let C Nick tell his story when he want to tell it. But C Nick got a C Nick got a right story about you know what I mean, almost having a foot in the building.
Facts. Oh, C Nick, you should have took that offer. That's a fact. So let's talk about the battles.
Same thing you said, like with me, he didn't have the option. Yeah.
Oh, they set him up too.
They took
crazy.
The option.
Oh yeah, he was at Gaucho's.
It was bigger than that. They took the option away, man.
It was bigger than that. They took the option away. Facts. Let's get into these battles now. Okay, 10th grade year. When did you say this fucking New York City conference is real? The first battle that you seen that was real. The first real city battle.
My first varsity game.
Who y'all played?
We played Grady at Fordham University.
Crazy.
I don't understand why Fordham it's right there.
They held all the games.
They had all the games, all the tournaments happening. I don't want to
stop with Fordham. I'm with Fordham. Fordham, stop.
It's over for Fordham.
Game is the last one. It's over.
Look, we gonna keep it a buck with Fordham too, and not to throw Fordham under the bus or nothing like that, but so you can also understand what kind of school Fordham is too. A lot of us from the city that was really good in basketball, not all of us, but some of us, we didn't have the best of grades to get into Fordham. So that's what.
Yeah, it was Ivy. It was like Ivy. That's right.
The Jesuits. I want to go to school with the Jesuits.
I'm just keeping it a buck. That's why a lot of times too, where probably a school like Fordham, they fall out because they can't recruit some of the kids, some of the better kids.
Nah, you know definitely.
That's crazy. That shows you how smart Damon had to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So okay, so.
Nah, but that Grady game though, that Grady game.
The Grady game, that's when you seen it was real?
It was different. It was different. Yeah, it was different. It was
Who was on that crew?
Damn, Grady had Carl, damn, I can't remember Carl's last name. They had a dude named Carl, point guard Carl. They had a big dude that he went to Hofstra. I can't remember their name though. But they was tough though. Matter of fact, I think my man was Norm on that team too.
Who? Oh, Norm Richardson.
They had a crew, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They beat the dogs. Carl Sanders. They beat the dog shit out of us though. And
they did
at Fordham University. Shit was packed. Big dude threw it on one of our dudes on the team. Nigga fell over the little joint. Like it was crazy in there. It was crazy.
Damn.
It was.
Damn. All right. So you said Grady was the first battles. Now let's get into the St. Raymond's Rice battles. So when did that become okay? Now I'm coming into Kenny Sat. You know the gym is packed. We had Gauchos. Those type of series. You know. Let's not even talking state championships. We're talking regular season battles. You know, let's talk about the matchups. What was the matchups like in those years with different schools that you seen? Like, okay, you know, when we play against this team, they throwing him on me. You know, this is, you know, the matchups that everybody was coming. Come on, Kenny. We know the matchups that was selling the tickets. Let's talk about the matchups.
Was crazy though. I never looked at it like that though. I just thought about it now as you were saying it, like as far as going to the game, like who I'm matching up with. 9 out of 10 times, like when we had games, certain dudes wouldn't guard me. You know what I mean? Like, and for whatever reason, for coaching reasons too, like you might not want to put him on me because you don't want him to get in foul trouble, blah. Like so. a lot of times, like I would go get like it wouldn't be probably the other team's best player. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll probably be their best defensive player, or they trying to put some dude on me like to try to bump me around or some shit like that. Or they go in zone. I was in high school.
Got you.
I seen a lot of boxing ones.
They were
They would
zoning
try
a
to
lot?
zone a lot. Dre and Kev would shoot them out that shit. Then they'll try to do all type of triangle and two dumb shit. And we just had too many good plays for that shit.
Facts. No, that's a fact. Okay. So, yeah, the only reason why I asked that is because, you know, because I remember, let's keep it real. Like the Kareem Reed Marbury matchup. You know what I mean? The matchups that, you know, when we were kids, people were going to the game seeing. At that time, it was the same matchups.
Our matchups was more like based on like team oriented. Like, you know what I mean? Like this team matchup was like, so like you go St. Ray's, they got, you know, Majestic, they got C Nick, they got Greg Morton, you know what I mean? They got who they got. Then we got
Greg Morton.
like we got Cal Cuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like Christ the King. It was matchups like that. Bishop Lachlan. Like at that point, a lot of them schools was like really like good, man.
Yeah, because y'all beat Christ the King in the city championship.
Yeah, we beat
that year, right? That's when they had Oldham.
That was my freshman year. They beat Lamar Odom. In my freshman year, and then we beat them my junior and senior year.
So how many titles you got in the city? Let's
I got 2. I should have had.
Give him a bomb, Tone. You said you should have 3?
I fucked that up though.
Okay, what year was that? And what you were senior year?
My freshman year. Mo was moving me up to varsity. Mo was moving me up. And my grades were so fucking bad, it wasn't happening. So I fucked that up.
Got you. They said you and Andre were the best backcourt in Catholic basketball. Yeah, I gotta say that. And they both
all time?
Nah,
or that year.
Okay, let's think about this.
No. I'm asking you. You saying of all time?
They might be, because let's understand this. Name
any other school that had 2.
We're not talking about best guards in New York ever. We're talking about backcourt. They're probably the only backcourt in New York City that ever both went to McDonald's All-American. Is that a fact?
No.
Name a backcourt.
Christ the King backcourt.
Who was that?
Derek Phelps and Khalid Reeves.
Got you. Then y'all 2. But that's a hell of a... Come on, look who you naming. Kenny? Look who you naming. These are all the best of the best. You ain't going to get a backcourt that's both going to go Mickey D. Both?
Yeah, both? Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, only one can really eat to go to Mickey D. Because to go be a Mickey D, you got to eat. Let's be real.
You gotta eat. You gotta win. And a lot of times too, though, a lot of that shit comes when you probably not playing with your backcourt mate though. That's when back in Derek Phelps and them day, it probably was like, you know, the 5-star camps and those camps like that. Like you gotta, that's when you separating yourself for the McDonald's games. It's the summertime. You know what I mean?
Well, I gotta give it to Rice because, like you said, you and Dre been playing together forever. So, you know, that was a great backcourt. You know, that knew each other, knew how to feed off each other, no hate, knew each other from kids. You know what I mean? That was gonna work. That was a good, because you know when you get high school, you really put kids together that never played.
Yeah, look,
you know what I'm saying?
It worked. You know what I mean? But we definitely had like, I mean, you do that with your brother anyway. Like, we had our ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? We had our ups and downs. We had
Facts.
times where we both pissed off with each other. Dre saying I'm shooting too much. I'm telling Dre he ain't passing it to me enough. Like we had our brother shit. Like, and then
Yeah.
we'll get to the fourth quarter and look at the clock and see that we losing. And Mo Hicks will be like, y'all motherfuckers is finished yet? And then Dre will look at me, I look at him, and we be like, all right, come on, let's go. And then shit just click.
Facts.
Shit just. But
Yeah,
being
that's
McDonald's,
that's a fact.
like when we was coming up, like me and Dre era, like you had to be on a winning team in high school. Like your team should be in like the USA top 25. And then you should be one of the better guys. Like you got to be one of the better guys in the summer. Like you just like for all position, you know what I'm saying? Like you have got to be one of the better guys because we coming out of New York. They're already trying to say all the New York guys do this, do that. Like you got to dominate that shit.
That's a fact. Well, I gotta say, you got me about 20 pair of Kobe Bryants. You didn't, Kenny?
Word.
You didn't, Kenny? Kenny, you didn't give me 20 pair of Kobe's?
Adidas.
Yo, Tone, because I was running. Because remember my man Chris from Mount Vernon? He was on it. He was thirsty. He was running up in the office every 5 seconds. Yo, I need sneakers. So I was following him. Like I was going up getting mad sneakers. But Kenny, because Tone, because now we got to get out of high school because the NBA is when we turn it up. Because everybody know what Kenny did in fucking high school. He fucking ran through New York City like ridiculous. But let's talk about Vegas for a second, Tone. I got to say, I had a chance to actually play. I would say that was like at the top of his career when going into senior year. Because when we was walking around there, every fucking coach was stopping you, talking to you, trying to, that was the first time I experienced some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time that I really got close to you like that. Because I knew you, we played against each other, but that was the time when I got.
That was the last tournament of the summer.
100%. Vegas. That shit was OD, son. I ain't gonna lie. So let me go back to
the story with the jacuzzi and all that?
Yo, now, I'm glad you said that, Tone.
Yeah,
because niggas don't believe me. We wasn't in the jacuzzi with 702 with remember Sonny Fitzgerald's little nephew, the little kid that played with us. Remember he got no burn?
Facts.
And we went to the pool party? My nigga, that's a fact, Tone.
All right.
I try to tell you. We was with Sonny Fitzgerald's nephew. He was on the team. Because let me tell you, there was two niggas that got no playing time. Me and him.
Who?
In Vegas. That was my man. Kenny, am I lying? I went for the trip. Come on, man, nigga. I knew I wasn't playing. They had you, Brian Brown, Majestic Map. We were fucking loaded. Gary DeCesar said, look, you're not going to play a lot, but do you want to come for the trip? I say, of course. You got fucking Kenny Satterfield going, Majestic. Come on, I'm out. Let's get it. Got 20 pair of Kobe's. 20 pair of Kobe's. 100%, Tone.
Get the ones.
The ones. I didn't tell you if I'm capping. That's a fact. Yeah, it was different, Tone.
The shoestrings on the side.
No, but when you went on the trips, this is why I brought that up. You saw how real Kenny was.
Right here, you got to show the picture of the Kobe.
Nah, Tone, this nigga was.
You got to show the picture of the Kobe.
Yeah, like Tone, he was taking over games. Even though we was getting punched out there, we was loaded. Tone, the whole team was top 50 in the country. Facts. We had Ern Brown, fucking Chris Embazine. Remember my man Terrell Gant?
You probably went twice.
Oh yeah, Ern and I went twice. Yeah, I went twice. The year I went with you was Chris, Terrell, and fucking
Ray.
Greg Morton. Greg Morton.
C. Nick, Greg Morton,
C. Nick. Yes, sir. Born Hunter.
Train.
RP.
We had my man Ray. I got the picture.
Oh yeah. That's right. I think I stole it from your page. That's a fact. Yeah, those were the good years, Tone. Yo, Tone, that's when the money.
I know.
That's when the money started with the companies. I'm telling you, Tone. It was ridiculous, Tone. It was like Gary D. I ain't gonna lie, nigga was taking us to eat steak dinners every night. Keep it real. steak dinners
Gary
every
D is a
night.
good dude. Well, is a good dude. Is a good.
That's the fact. Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Gary D. All right, so now, so you're going to your senior year. You're winding down the schools. Family sitting down with you, or you making all the decisions on your own about going to Cincinnati?
That like for the dudes that know, like my grandmother ain't that type of way. Like, you know, ain't no sitting down. You know what I mean? It's just what you like, what you don't like. You know what I mean? Like, and that was it. And now she let me figure it out on my own.
Got you. Great decisions. Okay, so now senior year, you won the city that year?
State.
You won the states. Who y'all played in the states?
That year?
Yeah.
I want to say we played
Cardozo.
2 games though. I don't know how it went, but I know we played Cardozo and I think Luha. But I
Got you.
I want to
From
say
Long
we
Island.
played Luha first and then we played Cardozo because we finished the season. Yeah.
That's a fact. Okay, so now that you won the states, won everything that year, go into McDonald's All-American. What was that like? And who was in the McDonald's with you that year?
What year?
This is 99, 98.
DeMar Johnson, my brother. Donnell Harvey, my brother. Majestic Map, another brother.
Yes, sir.
Yo, when I Googled it, I was like, yo, when I Googled it, the first person that came up and said Kenny Satterfield.
Of course. Yeah, he was lit. He was lit that year, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, and you won the slam dunk, right? They said you won it on the fucking YouTube. You didn't hear when they said that?
I think Donnell Harvey, won that, I believe.
He said, hell no. Them niggas was getting out, right?
Like, I ain't gonna lie too. I was when I went to the McDonald game, Mo Hicks was on my, like, I wasn't getting into that dunk contest. That was Majestic Maps. Yep.
You want to hear the names? Yeah. Donnell Harvey, Keith Morgans, Jay Williams.
From Jersey? Jay Williams?
Matt Dunleavy, Carlos Boozer.
Nigga said Matt Dunleavy.
Carlos Boozer, Jonathan Bender, Nick Collison.
Carlos Boozer. Yo, keep it real.
That was the East. I'm gonna read the West.
Was Boozer? He was out there playing mad strong.
Bulls was built like that, like at fucking 16, bro.
Oh, nigga said Carlos.
And you know how you see it. You know how you see somebody and you like, yo, that nigga gotta be wild old. And then when we found out how old Bulls was, it was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Like, he was actually young. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, everybody's birthday. That nigga, November '81.
Boozer?
Everybody else is 1980. Like, he was the youngest.
That's crazy.
81 too, fan. Don't do me like that. Nah, we had a crew though. We had a crew. Brett Nelson.
Yeah, that's a
Jason Capono.
And this was 78.
So when you was at the
that nigga was ringing.
Tell us some of the McDonald's. I know you got some McDonald All-American stories. When you and DeMar Johnson was together, were y'all like, laughing and playing in the back like, yo, son, you gonna see me next year. You know what I mean? You gonna be my co-D next year. Well, let's talk about it.
Like, we go on trips. We go to Vegas and all that. Like, you know what I mean? I have fun and fuck with y'all and all that. But like when I was in high school and all that, and I'm going on these trips and these like McDonald games and all that, I wasn't like, we was cool and like hanging out and be talking and shit like that. But I wasn't really like fucking with people like that. You know what I mean? I really just be a dude in the back, just dude in the back, just watching these niggas, like just listening to them, like hearing, like, you know what I mean, just observing and shit. DJ kind of similar, you know what I mean? So now I'm like, all right, this nigga kind of similar. He start talking to me. I'm like, I know he don't really talk like that. So for him to speak, you know what I mean? So me and him got cool. Me and Donnell Harvey got cool. I was cool with everybody. Like, just me being the way I am and was, let me be cool with everybody else. I wasn't trying to be nobody I wasn't. I wasn't on a bus making up no fucking stories, a lying about this, a lying about that. That shit be getting crazy. Dudes be lying about everything, man.
Crazy, crazy.
Yeah. No, so wait. Okay, so all right, so now you in Cincinnati, hell of a first year. Was you keep it real? Did any jitters from, coming up from the kid days, learning all the drills, all that, everything to get here, the Final Four? Was you nervous out there? That's a different type of game. That's what I said. On the platform, me and my partner, he said, okay, Shay, you gotta separate yourself from the niggas that just play street ball and the niggas that played on those levels.
No, I wasn't.
You're one of those dudes. You play ball on those levels. That's another level, Kenny. Final Four.
Nah,
you was
we
nervous?
didn't go to the Final Four. My team went to the Sweet 16. But
yeah.
No. Like I don't like nah. That just I'm more nervous in other type of situations. Basketball ain't gonna make me nervous. And them other situations make me nervous either. So basketball ain't gonna do it.
So in those Sweet 16 Cincinnati, because let's keep it real. Going from high school to even college, because college is, damn near playing in the NBA with those arenas and the marketing, the TV. Because let's keep it real. When at those times, you my man. I'm watching the games.
We was on TV.
Keep it out
on TV a lot.
My nigga, it was 2 niggas. It was 3 niggas pictures up there. The big 3. It was you, DeMar, and at first it was they was doing DeMar and Kenyon Martin. Then after like the 3rd game, they used to put the big 3 picture up. Is that a fact or no?
I wasn't watching the game. I was playing it.
Okay, nice answer. I was watching. You was one of the use their picture. Yo, they had billboards and shit out there with you and everything in the school.
I ain't hear you.
At that time, when they was doing billboards and all that crazy shit out there in Cincinnati and all that.
That was Ken shit. Like Ken ran that shit. Like, anywhere you went around, if it was something up, like Ken had that shit on Smash. And if it wasn't,
we talking about Kenyon Martin here.
If it wasn't something up on Ken, it'd be something like up on the whole team. Like if they did some individual, Kenyon Martin.
You. And okay, here's a question I'm pretty sure everybody want to know. When you first threw that fucking alley-oop to Kenyon Martin, did you say to yourself in practice, did you say, oh my God, this is what I'm doing? Because Kenny, you was going to I can't lie, you was the first nigga with the floater oop shit. Niggas can't hate and say you wasn't. The floater oop, keep it real, Kenny wasn't doing it?
Yeah.
The fake like you gonna shoot the layup and throw the oop. It was crazy. When you first did that in practice, did you say this is my game with him?
Nah, I just like with him, like Ken was special. Like Ken had like special athleticism. Like you can't teach, you can't like you can't copy his shit. Like you know what I mean? Like he had just he get off the floor so fast. Like by the time I done try to get off the floor, he done got off the floor maybe like 3 times. Like I could pump fake him, and he can go off the floor like about 3 times and still get up and punch my shit. Like he like that shit came easy for him. He could read shit really well. Like he got a knack for the ball, you know what I mean? So he always around the ball, and he's a quick jumper. So it's like he could see the shot coming off before everybody else see it. And he's dunking the shit back before a guy boxing out, you know what I mean? But throwing him lobs and being him, it was like I just knew I could throw that shit anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Bad pass, good.
Facts.
put it somewhere and I get it.
Yo, because
I'll tell you one thing. I'm looking at this. I'm just doing my Google shit. I'm looking at the stats. Yo, this nigga played every game.
Boom.
He played every game. He didn't
Boy,
miss
from
one
the
game.
Bronx, it's going to take a lot to get him out
That nigga,
on the sideline from there.
Bill, right?
It was all up from there.
Pause.
Yeah, it was all up from there. Facts. It's okay. So knowing that you could throw, you said you throw any pass to him. Okay, so what was the relationship with DeMar Johnson? Because let me tell you, that kid was supposed to be like, he was supposed to be, the man DeMar Johnson was supposed to be the first kind of like Kevin Durant. Right or wrong?
So we forgetting Tracy McGrady, huh? So like
Oh, yeah.
people talk about Kevin Durant and they forget that Tracy McGrady's 6'9". But like to talk about my brother DJ was different, bro. Like I got to see DJ in high school and like DJ was different. Like different. Could shoot the ball, could handle the ball, jump out the gym. Like got a great IQ for the game. Like DJ was different, bro. Like different. Like some of the shit
because he was the number
easy.
one. He was the number one pick in the draft, right?
Kenyon was the number 1 pick. DJ went number 6.
Hey, wait, all y'all left the same year?
They left the year before me, and I left.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Because I was trying to figure out, did they stay 2 years with you or they left? Okay, so when you stayed, who came in?
Nobody
on the team
really came in. Like everybody came back. It was just some of the younger guys had to play a bigger role now. Like Donald Little had to step up for Ken's spot. My man Leonard Stokes had to kind of slide in for what DJ and Pete Michael was doing. Him and Mac. Me and Logue had to pick it up more in the backcourt because we didn't have to say like our big wasn't Kenyon Martin yet. Like Donald still was only a sophomore. He was developing. So coach let us play more freely than he did last year. Like, looking for our shots. So it changed.
Got you. So I kind of feel like you could have left that first year too. Why did you go back the second year?
My grandmother. I was leaving my first year. My grandmother, I was only 18 years old. My grandmother was my legal guardian. She would have to sign the papers, for me to be draft eligible or whatever, and she wasn't willing to sign them. Coach Hugs had a conversation with her and was telling her it was best if I come back one more year and blah, blah, blah. Like, just doing his job as a coach, trying to win games.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, Artie Green, we got to definitely ask his question right now. He said, name your top 5 teammates.
Shit, all time or high school or college, like what?
Of all time, man, that you've done played with.
That'd be too fucking hard. You hear me? And I feel I'd be disrespecting some people by doing some shit like that because
Now that's a good answer though, because you gotta think about it. He's right. You gotta think about it. If you only get 5, that's like I feel him. I feel him.
We had to go like levels with that. If you asking me like 5 of my best, like some of them will carry over, but I wouldn't want to answer that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to answer that. I got too many people.
He said, already putting him on the spot. Shout out to Hank. That's a fact. Good question.
But I'd rather him ask it a different way instead of saying all time, because I got some teammates that I didn't play a lot of time with and have a lot of time with, like even in the NBA, that I felt like just certain things that I learned from them in a short amount of time that it helps me even now as a man. You know what I mean? So that's a crazy hard question. Now you
got you.
I like to play with. You know what I mean? Different story.
That's a fact. Okay, so now You come back the second year. So now you enter the draft. Where is Kenny Satterfield the night of the draft?
I was in a hotel downtown.
In a hotel downtown. Okay, now what was your expectations? What was your agents telling you? What was the vibe like? Did you even get a vibe from the first year? Was the talk different from the first year and the second year, or was the same talk? Because I'm pretty sure they was telling you because you were sick the first year. I'm telling you, crazy.
It was different talk. It was more guarantees in my first year. In my second year, it was good talk. And then certain things like just like how the draft go. Like it was the same way. I was supposed to go between I want to say like 18 to 20, like 18 to the end of the first round, some shit like that. So it was good talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was worth me coming.
Yeah. Okay, so you get drafted by the Nuggets, right?
No.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What team did they draft you on?
I got drafted by Dallas.
Dallas. And what it was in that quick trade thing that made you go to like they picked the Nuggets.
I got
or something like that.
Dallas. I went to summer league with Dallas. I actually played with Shamgar my first summer league with Dallas.
Yeah, he said that. He said that. He definitely said that in the interview. Facts.
After summer league was over, going into the draft, I was living in LA. I was working out, and Kiki Vandeweghe was like overseeing our workouts and stuff like that. So I was spending a lot of time with him. And at the end of summer league, I got home and he called me and he was like, "Yo, like how do you feel about like going to play in Denver?" I'm like, "I'll play anyway. I just want to play in the league, so like it don't matter to me." He was like, "All right, good, because by the time you get home, you're probably gonna see on ESPN whatever that I just traded for you. I'm the new general manager of the Denver Nuggets. This is the first deal I made. I'm a manager, blah blah blah." So I was hype about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now you coming to town. Let's keep it real. All right, now it's getting crazy. Okay, you come into town. With on that Nugget team. Who you got over there? Melo, Iverson, right?
That's way before that.
Who's on that team? Who's on that team?
I had vets. Like, you know what I mean? When I got to that team, it was this Nugget team, the Nick Van Exel, Antonio McDyess, that team. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Scott Williams, Avery Johnson.
Yo, I'm bugging. Yo, I'm actually wilding right now. You're right. Melo is still in like maybe 8th grade this time, right?
Like a junior in high school or something like that. Senior high school.
Facts. I'm bugging. Okay, so when you go to that team, what was it like just being on the team with the Nuggets? Because Birdman was on that team, right? Because I saw a post and you actually fucking cursed me out. You said, "Shay, that's actually cap right there." Because they said that the dude on YouTube, because I used to have a lot of spam on the page. Like I rid of the spam because that's why I'm doing interviews on this page. Because let me tell you, because I started doing the spam and niggas would report that what I was doing to artists that yo nigga disrespecting, putting this shit up on the page. So they blocked me from doing interviews on the other page. That's why we on this page right now. It's my backup page. So I said I'm getting rid of the spam. The hell with them. I got enough juice with the interviews. We gonna be all right like this. So on that, when I put that up on YouTube, it said that this other guy gave Birdman the name, and you said no. This nigga's from Wisconsin. How the fuck he get Birdman the name? That's me. I gave Birdman the name
from, but CA,
How did that
funny,
happen?
bro? Let he'll even when he told the story, he said who said it. Like even if he asked somebody else name to it, I don't give a fuck. But it was just us being New Yorkers. You know what I mean? Me being a New York dude. Like what we do, we like nigga do something funny. Like nigga walking around and always showing his ass crack. We might call him, you know what I mean, AC or some shit for ass crack. Like just New York shit. Like so, we were playing and like I was throwing lobs like I was doing in college, and I went to throw Nene Hilario a lob, and I threw it to Nene, and CA came out of nowhere and just grabbed it, like out of nowhere, just grabbed it and like pretty much dunked on his own teammate. So I was like, yo, bro, like I throw you enough lobs, like you know what I'm saying? Like now you stealing everybody's shit. I'm like, yo, you like a vulture, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, fucking Bird, put anything in the air, he gonna get it. And that's when I started calling Birdman.
Birdman. Yo, when Kenny told me, he said, no, I gave him that name. I said, what? He said, he's right. That's what New York niggas do. So how many names you gave niggas? Hundreds. Come on, man. He's right. I believe that story. I believe that story. That's classic. Okay, so you know what's another thing I wanted to ask you? Because this was crazy. When I was Googling your name, just getting pictures, drawing up some promo for the page, I saw fucking Jordan running up the court next to you. How did it feel being on the court with Michael
Jordan? It's now like you know I'm older. I look at it different though, right? But like going through the interview, I was fortunate enough when I was younger to meet Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So like, it wasn't really like oh shit, like that's Mike. Like you know what I'm saying? It was more like Mike calling you by your first name. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of a little.
Cause let me tell you Sham's story. Sham's story is Michael Jordan looked like a fake created player. Right, Tone? He said when he saw Jordan, it looked fake. That's what he said. That's why I had to ask you that. But even though you saw the old Jordan, you know what I'm saying? He saw Jordan with the fucking, you know, with the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I seen the executive Mike that decided, you know what, let me play some open gym with these niggas and put a uniform.
Got you. And what? So he said, I saw the executive Mike that said, "Fuck it, let me just play some open gym."
I see. Mike, that's the Mike I see.
No, I feel him. It ain't the same. You're right. You're right. Sham saw him in the prime, right?
Mike I seen was the Mike that probably made a bet with his friend he could go get 20 tomorrow, and told it on me, yo, give me a uniform. Like Mike was still. Mike, I ain't gonna lie though. Mike, that comeback when he came back with the Wizards, Mike was still fucking tough. The shit that ended up fucking him up was, I ended up seeing him when the first time, and then the second time it was like totally a different Mike. He had got like injured a little, something had happened in Washington, and then it was over after that. Like he couldn't even give you that what he was giving you before, but it was being on the court, Mike. Like you know, you're a ball player. Like you don't really, you know, you rubbing elbows with these guys every day. Like you seeing these dudes, like you're not really looking at it like that, but you get off the court and you see how like some of your family members, you know what I mean, reacting and your friends and shit like that. Like you don't look at it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I can't say I know what you're saying because I you know, I didn't experience it because I'm not gonna lie. Even the executive Mike, this is Mike. When I seen that picture today, Kenny, I said, yo, this nigga Kenny on the court with fucking Mike. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
That shit is crazy, Tony.
I was lucky.
You know what I'm saying? So how did it feel when you came? I know you played in the Garden a lot as a kid, high school battles and all of that. But how did it feel when you came to the Garden from being actually in the NBA?
It wasn't really no feelings like that. Like to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Wasn't on a really good team. You know what I'm saying? So shit wasn't sold out, not like how these, like, you know what I mean? Everybody go to the Garden. So it wasn't, that effect wasn't there. But just being in the NBA period, though, like just seeing other NBA players every game, like, you know, seeing dudes that you done seen on TV watching, and then seeing some guys that you think ain't shit, and you looking like, yo, hold up, this dude could really fucking play, like, you know what I mean? So like that be the eye opener, like dudes that you watch growing up, like, man, this dude suck. How you in the league? And you get in the lead, and he be on your team, watching,
Yeah.
and you like, all right, now I see why this motherfucker in the league, like he could play. Yeah.
Niggas is tough. Yeah, facts.
Who shocked you the most?
I was gonna ask him that.
Yeah, who shocked you the most? Like who? Yeah.
As my rookie year, I want to say like the shit, like I ain't gonna like lie about none of this shit, period. But like it was like the shit I seen Nick Van Exel do, and maybe because I was in practice with him, but he wasn't even practicing. He wasn't even practicing
Yeah.
like that. Like he wasn't practicing like that. You know,
What do you mean he never came to practice?
But like dude, nice. Like dude could fucking play. So he'll come to practice. He'll get it. Like, you know, he'll go over the plays, how he going over the plays, go over the assignment he got to go over. Ooh. He'll get his shots up, how you got to get them up, and he be chilling. Like we going up and down. Like I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go at him like he ain't even paying me no mind, bro. Like he ain't paying. Like
It's crazy.
So I ended up getting real cool with Nick because Nick went to Cincinnati. So it was like getting on the team. It was like, oh shit, like I had a big bro on the team already. So to me about the lead and this, that, and the third, and nah, lie. And I'm like, yo, we be playing. Hold, let me go grab this charger real fast. Hold on.
Okay. Oh yeah, y'all, this is the goodie tonight. Kenny talking that shit tonight. Definitely. Yo, Tone, I gotta say. Oh yeah, we getting there. Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna get to the questions, but we gotta get through this interview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tone setting the tone.
Flex, nigga.
Shit, baby.
Yeah, it's lit.
Yep.
It's lit. We getting down with it. Yeah, Tone. All right.
Heard it from the beat, you ought to know it's the truth. I get you kidnapped and raped and thrown off a roof.
Good.
All right, we back.
Yeah, Nick.
All right, so.
Shit, baby.
Yeah.
All right, he's back. All right, so continue to say. So Van Exel was pretty much. Van Exel was like, kind of like your.
So we play like in the preseason. We played Seattle like two or three times, right? And this is Gary Payton Seattle. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm like, you know, me being how we are. I'm like, yo, Nick, we done played them like 2 or 3 times now, and you don't never play, bro. Like, you what's up? Like, you scared of GP or some shit? So my man James Posey, he starts laughing and shit, and he like, yo, like you have no idea, whatever. So Nick and Gary Payton, they cool, they like real good friends and shit. So happens is second game of the season, we out in Seattle. Now we playing a real game, right? So we get out there. Nick like, yo, we gonna go get some dinner. We gonna go chill, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, GP gonna come meet us or whatever. So we was in some spot waiting for this dude. Like, this dude took forever. So he show up on some real cocky shit, this, that, and the third. So long story short, I'm like, yo, your man was out here bugging tonight, this, that, and the third. So now we playing him the next day. And I swear, I'm like, yo, by the time, like, halftime got there, I walked in the locker room, I had to apologize to that man, yo. I'm like, yo, my fault. I'm like, my fault. Like,
why his defense is crazy?
Nick was killing this dude, bro. Like killing this motherfucker.
Oh, word?
Yo, I think like you probably.
He said
Yo, he
Nick was
finished with
killing
like
him.
44. You heard me? Like he was killing
That's
that. He was
crazy.
killing him. Like that first like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks when the league first started, Nick was leading the league in scoring. He was leading the league in scoring.
Yeah,
Then he got
it's
upset.
crazy.
He got upset with management over some shit, and that's when he asked them like he was like, "Yo, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get traded. So get ready to start playing." And that's when he went to Dallas. But Nick Van Exel was
Yeah.
one of the ones I was like, yeah, he's the lead is real.
Okay, so when he left, what was the role for you from there when he left?
I was able to start some games. They was letting me start some.
Got you.
Word, they was letting me play. I was.
And how was it? Now let's keep it real, Kenny. Is there a difference between college level, high school level? Of course, the talent, of course, but just being out there, what was the hardest level for you? NBA, college, or high school?
I probably would have to say college. I like for me.
Why was college the hardest?
Like the lead is tough. Don't get me wrong. Like the lead is tough, but like I kind of felt like anytime I really got an opportunity like to really play like minutes and play, like I was able to handle it. I was able to play well. I was able to help the team win or like whatever. College be a little different because they do like the little gimmick defenses and like it can get a little different sometime in college. Like just the spacing don't always be there. Even when you get to college, all your teammates ain't really good either though. Don't get that twisted either. So like,
right.
you're playing with better players in the league. You know what I mean? So shit like that made it a little easier.
The IQs, you feel like everybody's on the same level as far as why they're there. So the movement
some dudes don't like being in the lead, and they be in the lead for a certain reason. They probably don't even got the IQ, but the athleticism is off the roof. Their defense is there, so it's more freedom though. You know what I mean? Like it's more freedom. Like you can see things, and just more freedom.
Got you. So all right. So after what you did, like 2-3 years in the league. 2. Okay, so after those 2 years in the league, where did you go from there?
The first place I went was France.
They go overseas. Me and my man was talking about that today. I said, I don't know. He was like, he did. I'm telling you, he did.
I played overseas. Played overseas
you know
for a while. Played in France. Played in Greece. Japan, Mexico, Argentina, Cyprus. I played a few spots.
Got you. How was that experience? Just seeing the world, going to different countries.
That part be cool. Seeing different parts of the country and you don't think about that when you're younger. You just trying to get your money and shit. But it get frustrating too though. Like it ain't easy. You know what I mean? You playing country, you don't really speak their language. Sometimes you can have issues with the food. Like you know what I mean? Sometimes your living arrangement might not be the best. Like you can go through some of these clubs where some of these dudes that I heard stories where they don't get paid. You know what I mean? So it'd be a lot. You could get some sweet spots, and then you could get some spots that you be in some shit.
Yeah, but once you got the NBA stamp, because I know a few people overseas. They kind of pay them. The guys that got a little, it's the college
you're gonna
name,
get your money. Don't get it to it but you can ask some of these dudes that not even NBA guys, just guys that got long careers overseas. acts like,
Yeah,
acts like a I'm pretty sure dudes like a T2, you heard me? Kiki, like
yeah,
dudes that like Steve Burke that been overseas, Reg Freeman, whatever. Them dudes, pretty sure them dudes got
facts.
probably tell you the same thing. Either they being on the team and the team owing them some money, or somebody they know. Like that should be real.
That's a fact. That's a definite fact. Yeah. Okay. So I definitely like that. So I'm glad we got to the overseas NBA part because we going on close to 2 hours. I don't want to keep you too long, but before we go, I gotta get here because you was there with them years. I want to talk about them Rucker years. The Rucker years, like those battles, those matchups. Because now it's like okay, everybody is at the level now. Everybody's grown. Everybody has developed into an NBA game. Everybody's developed into the games of grown men. The matchups, the battles. How was those years playing in the Rucker? And because you was on Rough Riders, correct,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah. How was those years?
It was different for me because I got out there a little bit earlier than some other dudes. So I got out there and I played again. I caught some guys while they still was in they prime. You know what I mean? And they still was able
Facts.
to like. I saw why they had the name they had. I didn't catch the end of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean we had Rasul on here the other day, and he said you was a baby playing with them.
That's
Rough
what I mean.
Riders.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I catch a lot of
Yeah.
guys when they calling Rasul get on up. You know what I mean? I really seen him like have the bounce. Like, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
that was the fun part for Rucker for me. Like me being the younger dude, and I really got a chance to catch some guys that dudes was talking about. Like I saw them play. Like I saw Curry
Facts.
go. Like I really seen the controller. Like he was dead nice to me. Like so it just
And you had a chance to play against him?
I never played against Curry. I don't think I played against Curry
Yeah.
for real. But he was nice to me. Like he was dead nice. Like I caught Master Rob a little bit, and then then I ended up seeing a lot of him after he had the accident. You know what I mean? But I played it.
Facts. Yeah, but because how was the love? What was the love like? Getting into
Oh, don't get
they seeing you on Cincinnati. It was a lot of love in there, right?
this. Like when I first started, I still was in Rice.
But nigga said I was
Yeah,
still
I
in
still was
Rice.
in Rice.
No. Boy, Kenny, you was out there when you so you wasn't playing like UDC and like all of those citywides and all of that
I was
in the
playing
summertime.
unlimited most all the time.
That's crazy, Tone.
I was playing unlimited. Like I was still in Rice. I was
Playing with men.
No, but I'm saying though, like, niggas, we thought we was, you thought you was outside. You was playing UDC. Nigga said I was playing in the 55th from Rutgers. And now you gotta remind you heard what Rasul said, Tone. In those times too, there wasn't all the cops. It was like Rucker when niggas was on the court. So it was like also like it was different, right, Kenny?
You had games where it'd be an issue getting out the park. Like fuck getting in the
Crazy.
park. It'd be an issue trying to get out the park. Like it was. Though I was lucky enough to catch that era with those dudes when they was finishing up. You know what I mean? Like that was a
Yeah.
time.
Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you? I asked Reg the same question. How was it growing up from where, because let's keep it real. In those times, when you was growing up, that area was crazy. How was it growing up? How was you able to escape it, Kenny? A lot of niggas couldn't escape it. I know you was focused. It shows how focused you was, but around there, at those times, crazy.
I mean,
it could have been one of the craziest parts in New York City.
You ain't lying. I mean, just I I knew who I was. I know who I am. You know what I mean? So like, even as a young kid in elementary school, like I just ain't never been like like you just ain't gonna get me to do something. I ain't doing nothing I don't want to do. Like I don't just move with the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Usually when the crowd move, I like to go the other way anyway. Even if they fucking moving the right way, I just make my left my right. You know what I mean? And that's just how. And I've been like that since I was a kid. Like this neighborhood, Castle Hill, is one of the most notorious neighborhoods in the Bronx. Everybody know that. Last and third. I grew up in one of the craziest towns. I seen everything, but that shit, like at the same time, like this neighborhood too, also like is a lot of love over here. There's a lot of reasons why I was able to be who I was because of the people from over here too.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, because a lot of people said it. Because don't get it twisted about Kenny. Kenny, especially if you know Kenny, Kenny was focused, but Kenny was outside too. Because I ain't gonna lie, because when we was in Vegas, they give us our little stipends. Shay, come on, come fuck with me. I go in the room. We talking all Americans. That CeeLo was heavy. That CeeLo was heavy in Vegas. That's a fact. The CeeLo was. I was watching these niggas. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Kenny was nice with the CeeLo. I can't lie. You wasn't, Kenny? Keep it 100. You wasn't nice with the dice in Vegas. Man. And my man Chris thought he was nice. Facts. That was a good time. 100%. Yeah. All right. So you those years with the Rucker, definitely you said, you know, now we moving up in the Rucker, going towards now into the 2000s. What years you said was better since you playing this so young? Because this is what we was asking with Rasul. Rasul said at one point in time he went overseas, so he missed a couple of those years. So the era with the, I guess the 94, 90, because you say you was in there 94, 95, 96-ish?
96, 97, yeah, 96, 97, facts.
So you give those years or the 2000 and, you know, the twos, you know, the 2001, 2004 era.
People try to give like everybody like you know try.
Because you know at that time it was on TV.
Yeah, but nah, not for me. Like because before that I was a fan and that era was good. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But that era when I kind of jumped in there right before that other era was over, like those was the hardest games. Like those were the hardest games. Like it wasn't, the referee wasn't on no Hollywood shit either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these refs, like it got easy, bro. Just to be honest with you, it got easy.
Yeah.
Like, and not no disrespect to nobody. Like it was still great basketball. Don't get me wrong. But just like how people are saying the league with the rules changing and this, that, and the third, like it got a little easy. Like you had to guard niggas a certain way. Like you ain't have no help. If nigga want to put you on an island every fucking play, is either they gonna score on you foul them, or you gonna have to tell money to take you out the fucking game. And it was simple.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's good. That's definitely good basketball. Yeah, so Kenny, man, I ain't gonna hold you up too late. I mean, this was everything. Like I said, getting you on the platform is, you know, it's just every week is getting better. And, you know, yeah, you definitely was one of you is one of them dudes, my dude. Especially in my eyes, like I said, because like, you know, going away with you and getting a chance to, you know, chill with you. I told my man, you know, like niggas don't know how, like, you know, me and Kenny rock. Kenny's, you know, that's my man. Kenny, you know, there was those years when like Kenny was hot and he could have been a prick. He wasn't a prick to me. I tell y'all that.
I definitely want to pay homage, you know, just, you know, what you did over there at Rice, you know, and, you know, the newspaper at that time, that was a big thing to be on the cover of the newspaper and the sports section and the Fran Fitzgerald, whatever his name is, on MSG. And you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and then what you did in college, you represented New York like to the max. You know what I'm saying? And then came home and still played in the Rucker. You know, matter of fact, I don't even want to speak about the Rucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, Kenny. Like, I don't know where or like. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, yo, you represented New York. Like, you could put that NY hat on.
Tight.
With respect.
With respect.
Like
Jay-Z
you,
style. Facts.
Yeah, from high school all the way till now, like you represent New York very thank you. Like you,
yeah, man.
You just that whole Cincinnati Black Sox with the that blackout look that they had. It was,
right. And
just represented hip hop,
facts,
New York basketball on TV. You didn't get to see that every time.
And like I said before on the platform, you know, my partner explained to me there's a difference between, you know, these type of players and these type of players, and I put you on the pedestal with the, like I said, everybody's got their favorites, but to me, once you enter the league, you are on the same levels to me in New York City as, you know, those guys that everybody talks about. And they always got to keep your name up. And I want to thank you for pulling up, Kenny. It meant everything to us. Give him a bomb, Tone. That's a fact. Kenny Sat came through, represented us. J Baby TV. You know what it is? Next week, I got something good for y'all. Oh, I got this girl next week. I don't know if you heard of her. She go to Jackson State. She transferred from Rutgers. You know her?
You didn't even say nobody's name.
I don't know her name. Like, I forget her name. Me and her been conversating on the page. Yeah, because I don't watch girls basketball like that. I'm going to be real with you. But I saw that she had mad followers. She was averaging like 26. She go to Jackson State. That's all I know. Transfer from Rutgers. She's on here next Friday. It's going to be a goodie. I know your daughter went to Rutgers, right?
My daughter, she's at Seton Hall right now.
No, I know, but did she never did go to Rutgers. I know she went to Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that too, man. But we ran out of time, man, because you fucking definitely did that. I gotta get that to you, man. And that's not easy. You know what I'm saying? I got a son, and I'm trying to get there. It's not easy. You know, get them to college, sign the papers, free education. You know what I mean? As a father, you can sleep at night, man. Yep. You know what I mean? That's a fact. All right, yo. So everybody, good looks for pulling up. It's your boy Shay Baby, Kenny Satterfield. We out of here.